Our city is your city. Come share it with us.
Hello and welcome back to beautiful Kingston, Ontario, here at Richardson Stadium. My name is Jacob Ewing. It's Game 3 out of 5 here on Day 1 of boys AAA OFSAA soccer. We have St. Ignatius Falcons facing off against the Chaminade Gryphons. Should be a battle, both these teams. We move on to Group H. We've been stuck in Group E all day throughout the first two. Get our first taste of a different bowl. Here we are, kickoff game number 3 of the day. Gryphons versus the Falcons. It'll be St. Ignatius, the Falcons in the black, and in the white and green will be the Gryphons. So here we go, the Gryphons on the attack early. Will be played a little bit too far in a diving effort from the Falcons keeper just to contain that one. Both these teams looking to get off to a hot start. It's midday. The sun has kind of trickled away behind the clouds. Not as hot as it was earlier. It was very hot and very kind of musty outside. But it's now pretty contained from the clouds. So, a lot of these players able to breathe a little bit better, a little bit easier, not with that beating sun. It will be a corner here to start the game for St. Ignatius. So the Falcons will start things off with a corner kick. We'll see which team can kind of contain possession early and get their game going as we'll have a corner. Falcons will send it in. A little bit of a light one, easy play there from the Gryphons, and they'll send it right back out for another corner. So they'll do it one more time. Send it in, this one a little bit higher. A great head there by the Gryphons just to send it away, and the bench is loving that, getting nice and loud. That was Armani who was able to get ahead on that. Here's the back line, stepping up to send that away. Battle in the midfield. Falcons will slow it down. He's got a attacker on his back, though. Able to get a foot on it and just pokes it right back to the back line. Down the line, right to the keeper. He'll swallow that one up and kind of slow it down. Fast little throw, though, to his right back. Take his time. And that one poked back to the St. Ignatius side. They'll slow it down. It picked up from the keeper. That is number 28. That's Joseph Iani. And another long ball sent to the Gryphons end. They're St. Ignatius liking that long ball here early. And a foul will be called as it looked like St. Ignatius got a little bit too aggressive there. Kind of jumped on the back of a Gryphons player. We'll have a free kick on about the 35-yard line for the Gryphons. So both these teams just trying to get comfortable into this game. I wonder if, I'm going to check right now, they have played a game already. It looks like St. Ignatius played at 9 o'clock this morning. And then I believe this is the first game of the day. It looks to be, it is, for the Falcons. Pardon me, for the Gryphons. So the Gryphons are just starting out their day. Maybe an advantage for the Falcons already getting, that you have the chemistry throughout the season, but when you hit this big tournament like this, you have the nerves, you have to calm things down, and you've already been connecting. I'm not sure of the result this morning. Earlier, as they were at Kingston Secondary School, played their game there, had to travel to Richardson. Not too far of a travel, but they've already got one game under their belts. They'll be sent back to Iani, and he'll calm things down. So we'll see how fast they look to kind of adjust quickly, the Gryphons have. Here's on the far side. Send something to the midfield. That Kanza will just boot it up in the air. Slowing things down with a catch are the Falcons. They'll play it around the back line. Not afraid to use their back line, as we've seen many of these teams so far this morning. Now getting to the afternoon. There's a shot from way far out. That hits off the crossbar. Wow, what a shot from 40 yards out from the right back of the Falcons. Very, very accurate. but just hits off the crossbar. I'm not sure that the Gryphons keeper was expecting that. We'll have to keep a lookout. I believe that was number 15 of the Falcons, who just tried one. That was Kisic from way far out. Just misses, inches away. We remain scoreless at 0-0. Sent out, but controlled by St. Ignatius. They'll slow things down. Nice tackle there in the midfield as they try to get it back, but still in the Falcons' possession. Slowing things down. Back to the back line. Down the line, they'll look for Jedruch, but that will go out of bounds and most likely be a goal kick for Chaminade. They'll send it out into the midfield. They'll take a controlling touch here and just play it back to their keeper, not afraid to use Ioni. He'll play it up to the midfield. They'll play it back. Look at this. Even with attackers on their back heel, they'll run it right to Ioni. They'll play it far side. Have to be careful here playing around their net. Now they'll poke one to the midfield. There's a Gryphons player. They're able to intercept it. Nice 51, but turned back around. Here comes the Gryphons. Looks for the striker, able to find him. Back heel looks for a little 1-2 with the player that just gave it to him. Ineffective. Now in the midfield. Turned over. Here comes the Jets of Costanzo, but he'll turn that ball over. Poked around, now into the box. Has to be careful. There's two players with him. Will jump up for a header by Ioni. Will beat him. It'll take his time. Looks for an option. Looks maybe a little bit frustrated as really had nothing there in the midfield, but decide to just boot it up the field. On the back line, will just be touched up in the air by Manu. And a foul will be committed. It'll be going against St. Ignatius. It'll be a free kick for the Gryphons. So far throughout these first 7 minutes, a lot of Falcons opportunities, but the Gryphons starting to poke through. We'll see if they can continue to do so. Nice touch to the striker, but turned away almost immediately by the Falcons. Here they come. Down the line. Plays it inside. Will stop up and take a turn. Nice touch there by Popovic. Outside. Far side. Tries a cross in. Nice touch there by the Gryphons to clear that away from danger, and he'll try a huge crack there from 30 yards out. I believe that was the same player who took that crazy shot earlier, just minutes ago in the game. That one off the bounce and way over top of the net. It'll be a goal kick for the Gryphons. This one's set to midfield, headed into a Falcons player. Far side. Tries to get around one. This is Ayesa. And booted away. The Gryphons just clearing any sort of danger away from their net. And, well, St. Ignatius doing a great job of controlling things. Not afraid when the Gryphons do boot the ball away. The Falcons just taking possession on their back line, passing it around, seeing which option up the field will be most effective. And that's what they've done so far successfully. What a move to get around three. Plays it to the midfield. Has some space outside. They'll take it. Still with possession. They'll switch it to the far side. They'll try a shot. Another one from way outside. That one will just take a bounce and end up in the feet of the players. And out of bounds, it will just go on that far side. Trying to keep it in was St. Ignatius, but unable to. As we just approached the 10-minute mark of this first half. It's 30-minute halves here at OFSAA. 60 minutes altogether plus added time. And so maybe not as much time as maybe some of these players are used to, but gotta work with the time that you are given. Working for it now, and it looks like maybe a shoulder was thrown or an elbow. Definitely got up near the head area. It'll be a foul going against the Falcons and a free kick inside their own box for the Gryphons. They'll take their time. St. Ignatius will control off the free kick there. They've done a very good job of controlling balls after being sent up the field. Something that the Chaminade Gryphons will have to adapt to. Has to be first to the ball, have to control the ball if you want to be successful here at OFSAA. Isa. That one will go out of bounds. We'll have another throw in there on the far side, still for St. Ignatius. They'll take their time, control it, slow it down. Try to cross it into the midfield, but really nothing on that, and maybe no direction for it for any sort of player. Will be turned over. Here's a battle in the midfield. Chaminade trying to make their way up the field, and that one will be a foul going against the going against the Falcons. So we'll have a free kick here for the Gryphons as they look to work this ball up the field and get it out of the defensive, which has been in their end for many moments of this game. Some short passes here early on off the free kick. Looks to play it inside, and they'll get it to the back line, but a foul will be called going against the Falcons once more. So they'll have another free kick from around the 42-yard line. And so he'll be back up and we'll be good to go as we look to resume here. I believe he's going to stay on the field as well, which is always good to see. So a free kick here for the Gryphons, trying to get their offense started as it's been very dominated so far by the Falcons. Sent in. A little bit on it, right to the keeper, and easily handled by the goalie. He'll take his time, allow his players to get upfield. You have to think a long boot is coming, and it is. He'll decide to play it a little bit near side. Over top of the defenders, we'll see if he has a bit of room to run with. Can he keep possession? And a smart play there. And maybe a bit of a panicked play by the Gryphons. We'll just kind of boot that ball out of bounds. We'll give a corner kick to St. Ignatius. And that's a great transition there. Go from a goal kick to a corner in the matter of seconds. Which for the Gryphons, you do not want. You need to shut that down. That back line needs to play a little bit more tighter as that boot was able to get over top of their heads. And you know, when that happens, disaster can struck. That one sent in, bouncing around the box and over top of the bar it goes. That was a great opportunity to get the first goal of the game for St. Ignatius, unable to find it as it was sent into the middle. The keeper was out of his net for sure and just sent over top with a foot. Couple substitutions make that 3 substitutions for the Gryphons, getting some fresh legs on the field. Just trying to switch things up here early, which could be a good strategy. We're still early on, only 15 minutes in, but nonetheless, switch things up. Fresh legs are always needed, especially as the game goes on, so why not do it early? Kind of keep this early rotation. They'll play a close ball to the right back, and they'll slowly make their way up the field. Looking to get a 1-2 going The second pass, just not enough heat on it, ends up in possession of the Falcons, and a ball will go out of bounds, I believe. Pardon me, make that a free kick. Just a light foul there on the back of the St. Ignatius player. And we'll have a free kick at the 44-yard line. Taking his time, letting his players kind of set up right on top of the box. We'll see what he does here. Whips it in close side right to the keeper. Has to control that bounce. Those close side near bounces. Little bunny hop as soon as it gets to the keeper could be very dangerous. One wrong bounce and it ends up in the back of your net or with a juicy rebound. Great control there by the Gryphons keeper. Goes out of bounds. So, this ball up in the air. Sent in. And they'll flip it all the way to the far side. Here's Liam Gartetti. Back to Gartetti. And a nice battle there by number 16 of the Gryphons to try to win it. Unable to, though, and they'll switch it far side. That's a smart play there by Popovich. They'll send it to the far side. Kisic, down the line. Trying to win a race. Can he? He gets around one. Can he whip it in? Nice foot there, still bouncing around. It's still in the box, and they'll slowly but surely clear it away, and it will go out of bounds for a throw-in. Andrew Kisic looks to be the taker for the throw-in. He's had a couple long shots here early on from about 40 to 35 yards, something maybe he specializes in, and something that his team is comfortable with him taking. You have to think he has a history with making those every so often. And here's the boot from the keeper. We'll send it upfield. Not the touch they would have wanted, and it's controlled by Gartetti. Gasparotto will send it down. No attackers are there, and tons of time. Manu will let it go to his keeper. The Gryphons will play it quickly. They see time and space, and they take it. Up the field. Off the head of a Falcons player. Bouncing around the midfield. And just takes too much time with it. Turns it over. Dangerous opportunity for the Falcons. Shot from way far out. He scores! Beautiful shot from Daniel Voca from the top of the box. Opens the scoring for the Falcons. It's just a turnover in the midfield from the transition from defense to offense from the Gryphons. Too much time taken on the ball when you're playing a team of this caliber like St. Ignatius. Every team on OFSAA is going to pressure you, and you need to be able to make that decision quickly. Unfortunate for the Gryphons, it was just a tad bit too slow, and the Falcons capitalize. It's Voca to open the scoring for the Falcons. We'll see how the Gryphons respond to this. As they're still very much in this game. We're just over halfway through the first half here. Quick ball movement to Voca, the goal scorer. Plays it outside. And running through everyone is Iosa. Voca will play it back to the back line. And the Falcons will just contain it. Kisic down the line. He's got Iosa if he can get there. A nice strong play by the Gryphons defender, though, just to clear it out of dangerous territory. Kisic will take the throw. Play a little bit of a light one, Iosa. Back to Kisic. He'll swipe one in. And a foul will be called going against the Gryphons there at about the 40-yard line. A little bit of a 50 there for possession, and the Gryphons called for getting a bit too aggressive. So Kisic will step up here for the free kick. We've seen him take a shot earlier in this game from this distance that rang off the barn. We'll see if he can do something again or if we'll play it a bit safer. Kisich on the ground, little roller, easily handled by the keeper. And he sees the space outside. He'll send it out. Nice win. Here's Voka. Inside the midfield, he's got a couple defenders around him. Nice play to free up some space. He'll play it back to his defense. Kisich. Got some space. He sees it. Takes a shot. He scores! What a shot from Andrew Kisich. He's got a rocket of a foot, and he shows it there. It's 2-0 Falcons at the 20th minute mark. Just phenomenal. We've seen glimpses of it throughout this game. I knew it was coming. Kisich sees his opportunity, and he seizes it. Beautiful shot. And the Falcons are up 2-0. The Gryphons have been stuck in their half for majority of the first 20 minutes of this game, needing to figure something out. And just like that, the Falcons have an insurance marker. It's 2-0. St. Ignatius with possession once more. They'll send it down the line off the head of a defender. Gets through a couple. Beautiful move. On the run. And swallowed by the keeper. He'll just hold on. Manu will just, that one will slip through him and make its way all the way back to the keeper of Da Point. Cristiano Da Point will send that one up. Looks for an attacker. Nice touch there by Avdilos. And that one will go out of bounds, and I believe it will be, we'll see who it is. It's going to be a St. Agnes ball. There was an opportunity there for the Gryphons midfielder to go and get it, just decided not to. And so that will be awarded to the Falcons. Down the line. And a foul will be called as tumbling down was Lucas. Lucas Gomes. Gotta hope he's okay, but we'll get back going. Manu will send it all the way down the field. And handled. Down the line, looks for it. Another head. This back line of the Falcons is so strong. Nice little play to get around one. They'll play it outside. Iosa will cut to the midfield. Play it back. Little 1-2 outside. Popovich looks to make his way outside, crosses it in, gets through a couple. Someone needs to clear it. They'll give it back. Shot looks for the bottom corner, just misses wide. Azlaka look to make it 3-0, but it will be a goal kick. So Da Point will send it out. Controlled once more by the Falcons. They're doing a great job of being there for first touch or even just reacting to any sort of touch the Gryphons get first. It's been a strong game from them so far. Outside, Iosa. Play it back to the back line. And they'll look for the switch. Smart play. Gasparado plays it outside to get. Popovich takes a touch. He'll play it back. Nice little win there by the Gryphons. Can they start the transition? We'll see what they can do. And a fair ball will be called. And that will get a whistle there. As we'll see what the call will be. I believe it's going to be a free kick going the way of the Falcons. It will be a free kick at about the 45-yard line for the Falcons. We're back in play. Nice little interception and some space for the Gryphons. Can they use it? Down the line. Avdalos makes a move around one, tries to cross it in, gets over a foot, but right to the keeper it goes. And he won't even pick it up. He'll take it to the corner, and he's just going to kill some time here. He is forcing a player to come and get the ball from him, just faking them out, and now he'll go down and pick it up. Smart play by the keeper, just slowing things down. He knows his team is up by 2, and he kills more time right there. Well, just fire it to the midfield. Controlled and played outside. Nice little win, gets around 1, and turned over almost immediately. They'll just slow things down, take their time. Gardetti will play it back to the center back, and he'll just fire it up, a nice little long ball, and that will end up in the keeper's hands of DePoint. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. It's been a lot of the Falcons. Fired up. Avdolos will chase it. Nice little poke. Joseph Armani will have it in the midfield. Armani takes it. Will pass it off. Looks outside, and it gets successful. Here they come down the line. Armani gets past one. Will go down. Looks for something. Nothing will be called. Great opportunity there for the Gryphons, and here comes the Falcons on the transition. Judrich. Ball will go out of bounds. He'll run to take the throw-in. Iosa will pick up that ball for the throw-in. Substitution coming into this game, it looks to be, it'll be number 11 for the Falcons, Luca Pacinin, pardon me. Here's Kisic. He'll fire that one up. Oh, fumbled by the keeper, and it was a grade A opportunity there in the box as it was dropped to Preston Popovich. But we'll just sky it off a jumping ball. This ball will be sent back into the midfield. Touch controlled by Avdalos and sent out of bounds. Chasing it there was Panetta, but will just go out of bounds. So Panetta will have to give it over. And Andrew Kisic will step up to take the throw. 2 minutes, under 2 minutes now left in the first half. You have to think the Gryphons are going to try just to ride this one out. Pardon me, the Falcons will just try to ride this half out, but the Gryphons will put on the press. They would love to get one before halftime and go in it at a 2-1 game. Foul will be called, as it will be a free kick going towards the Gryphons, and Panetta will step up to take it. Irasci will take it. He'll send it far side off the switch. Here's Manu. He'll send it up. Nice play by the back line, but a great offensive effort to gate that ball back. Here comes the Gryphons. Trying to play a through ball, trying to get something through. It's bouncing around. Coming down, has to be controlled. Will be. Going on the outside is Dominic Mano. And through the legs of a defender and back to the St. Ignatius goalkeeper. Here comes the Gryphons once more. We are now under a minute to go here in the first half, plus added. And a foul will be called going against the Falcons. Here's another free kick for the Gryphons, putting a little bit of heat on here in the tail end of the first half. Manu will step up to take it. He'll fire it in. Looks for his winger, but fired all the way back by Kisic. Out of bounds it will go. It'll be a throw for the Gryphons, but a lot of time will be killed off from running to get this ball. Panetta with a throw. Gonna look for a long one. We've reached the 30-minute mark. Just awaiting to see how much time will be added from the ref. They'll switch it to Manu. Can they open up this near side? They will. They'll send a through ball all the way down to Mano. He keeps it in. Down the near side corner. Mano wants to get something going now. A pass to Manu, not far enough. And that ball will just be kicked up the field and will mark the end of the first half. The St. Ignatius Falcons looking very strong there in the first half, have themselves a 2-0 lead after an insurance goal from about 35 yards out from Andrew Kisic. That will do it for the first half. We'll have second half between the Chaminade Gryphons and the St. Ignatius Falcons after about a 5-minute halftime. Don't go anywhere.
Our city is your city. Come share it with us.
Second half, moments away from being underway here at Game 3 of Day 1 out of the 5 games we have today at Richardson Stadium. But in this one between St. Ignatius Falcons and the Chaminade Gryphons. It's a 2-0 game after 30 minutes the first half. A lot in favor of the Falcons. But the Gryphons looking for a fresh start here in the second half. It's the Gryphons in the white and the Falcons in the black, as the Falcons open the kickoff with kind of like a football formation, having everybody run up the side. And so we'll see if the Gryphons can turn things around. Would love to play more on the offensive than they did in the first half. We'll go out of bounds. We'll have a first throw here in the second half awarded to the Falcons. Here's Voka, who opened the scoring here in this game. Now we fired way back into the half, and Mateo Iosa will just slowly but surely jog back. There's no rush for him really to get this ball. He'll actually slowly turn into a walk. As that throw-in will be coming momentarily. This one fired up. Here's Voka. He'll battle with the defender on his back. Nice little poke right to the midfield, which is owned by the Falcons. Here's a through ball way down the line. Nice strong one. Popovich will get it. Looks for the midfield. Look for a pass. Decide for a back heel down the line. Here's a cross in. A light one will roll slowly to the keeper. A diving effort there by Cristiano DePoint to smother that ball. DePoint will fire it up. Slow down. Had an option almost in the inside of the box for Voka. Does not decide to do it. Plays it outside. Hard ball kept in barely. Tries to dance around one. And the Gryphons will gain possession. We'll see if they can get it out there. It will go off of a Falcons defender and out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Gryphons as they look to work their way up the field with the ball. This one's sent to Mateo Iosa. He'll play it back to his keeper. We saw this a lot in the first half. The Falcons not afraid to throw it around the back line. And they'll use it again there. This one. It's being passed around. They'll look to use it one more. They'll switch it far side. Smart play there. Opens up the field. Here's Kisic. Little 1-2. Iosa gets it back. Nice play. Has one on his back. Beats him. Finds some space in the midfield. He finds the gap. He takes it. Ends up on the feet of a Gryphons right back. Here's a through ball. Manu will take this one over. He'll look up. Play it up the field. Martins will trying to make something happen. And going down on that one was Jose Silva. So we'll have looks to be potential free kick here for the Gryphons. Have an opportunity to work their way up the field, which is what they want. It's been a lot of Falcons aggressiveness. This one's sent up, a header. Back down. Here comes the Gryphons. They'll take possession outside to Manu, who wears the captain's armband. He'll play it up. Through ball, looking for a striker, and able to beat him there is Mateo Iosa. And down goes a midfielder. It will be a free kick awarded to the Falcons, which will clear any sort of pressure that the Gryphons have built up. This one now inside the box. And that will be Alex Iosa trying to win it, but a great defensive play there to kind of shoulder him off by Gianluca Pineda. We'll end up with a goal kick for DePoint. 5 minutes into this one. Still a lot of pressure from the Falcons. The Gryphons almost struggling to get out of their own end. This one sent to the midfield. Slowed down, captured by the Gryphons. Nice little 1-2 outside. Here comes Mano. That will be played out of bounds, and Mano will be the one to go grab that throw-in. Down the line, over top of everyone's heads. Here it comes. Avdalos will go out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick. I see that one just rolled too much on, and he'll give it to Kisic on the near side. Kisic will send a ball right into the feet of a Gryphons player. We'll see how they can turn. They turn well, but it will be, it looks to be a foul given against the Falcons. It will be a free kick for the Gryphons. This will be helpful to move the ball upfield. Jose Silva will have the free kick. Silva. Silva sends it in. And a good step up by Kisic. We'll go right back to Silva. He'll get it over one. He's got some space on that outside. We'll see what he does here. An attacker, though, all over him. Will take possession. Looks across the far side. It's successful. Takes a touch. Can he find a shot? Manu will get back in a strong play to get it out of bounds and out of danger, as it was Luka Pasinin who had that ball in a dangerous area, and they'll clear it away. So we'll have a corner incoming for St. Ignatius, who I believe is our furthest travel team here to OFSAA AAA boys soccer, coming all the way from Thunder Bay. That is one, you could drive, but that's pretty far away. That's like at least 20 hours. So I'm guessing probably a plane ride here. Quite the experience for the boys in black today. Well, welcome to Kingston, Ontario. I hope you enjoy your guys' stay. If you guys are anybody watching from Thunder Bay, welcome to the stream. We'll have hopefully as many games for the Falcons as we can as we go on throughout this tournament. They're looking very strong right now to take the win. But I just wanted to mention, yes, St. Ignatius, I believe, our furthest travel team all the way from Thunder Bay. This ball now still in the Gryphons half, trying to get it out. Nice little play. Here's Iosa. Round one, what a play. He'll try to cross one in. Make that a shot on goal, smothered by DuPont. Or DuPont, pardon me. This one sent back to the keeper of the Falcons. He'll just fire it upfield. A couple there for the Gryphons, trying to control it, but it will be won by the Falcons. Nice little play, fake, gives it far side to Voka. Nice little window to step up, and they'll play it right back down. The Gryphons need to take their time with these plays, a little bit scrambly, and, well, the Falcons are just taking advantage of it. Nice little step there by Iosa, gets past one. Voka down in the midfield. Challenging there is Irasi, and that one will be won by the Gryphons, and a foul is given, so they'll have a free kick. Irasi will take it, gives it off. Armani will send it far side. It's a nice ball, but just a little bit too much on it. Looking for that one was Dominic Mano, but out of bounds it goes right to the keeper. Another one where the Gryphons are just trying to transition onto offense and aren't able to connect. We'll wait for the goal kick. Sent upfield to the midfield. We'll see if the Gryphons can control this. They would like to. They've been a bit late, and here's one successfully. Can they play into the midfield? Just smothered by midfielders of the Falcons, and a turnover is created outside. Here's a connection there. Nice turnover there by the midfielder of the Gryphons, but right back into the possession of the Falcons. Back and forth this ball goes, and a smart play there by Kisic will just send it down. And DuPont will try to challenge it. Voka's able to win it. Now there's no keeper. Manu trying to get there in time. Bounces over him, and in the back of the net it goes. It's a misplay by the keeper and by a couple defenders trying to defend the net in desperation. And the Falcons make it 3-0. It was a ball that was bouncing towards the net. DuPont trying to come out and cut it off. Just misread it. It was chipped over him. Manu was the defender back trying to save it, but it bounced over him as well and into the back of the net. Another goal for the Falcons secures their lead even more. And in the 41st minute mark, with 19 plus added time to go, the St. Ignatius Falcons have themselves a comfortable lead. Here comes the Gryphons on the attack. They need to get something going. They would love to find a goal sooner rather than later if they're going to want to try to make a comeback happen. Mano will step up to take the throw. Bouncing around. That one will go also out of bounds and will be a throw for the Falcons. They'll be able to get that one upfield now. They'll just take their time. You'd have to think the Falcons are going to switch majority into kill time mode here, as they already have their goals. They have themselves a lead. All they need to do is weather the storm. You know, take their times in the throw-ins. You see it there. He looked like he was going to potentially throw it in. He'll drop it for a teammate. Throw it down the line. Here's Voka. He'll take that one. Gives it right over to Manu, though. Manu on the transition. We'll try to play it over top of a couple defenders and send through a run. As Avdalo is trying to get on the end of that one, out of bounds it goes, and it will be a throw, I believe, for the Gryphons. Opportunity on the offensive side of the half. And Dominic Mano will have the throw. Mano sends it in. Off of Falcon's head. And sent all the way back out to midfield. Voka able to control it with a chest. Nice tackle there from a Gryphons defender to slow things down. And they'll take possession. And a foul will be called as the Gryphons player goes down. A free kick out about exactly half for the Gryphons will be awarded. We'll see who takes it. We see Joseph Armeni around there, as well as Joseph Arasi. He'll take it himself. He'll play it outside. Manu has tons of space on the far side. He'll send in a long ball off a Falcons defender and fire it out to midfield. We'll see who's able to win it. Nice cut off there. But here comes the Falcons. They'll send it down the line. Voka's got some space. Can he keep it in? It will slow down. He will. Falcons have numbers. Voka tries to get around run. Too big of a touch. A challenge will come in, and that will slow things down and go back out to midfield. Alvarados will lose that challenge, and the Falcons will contain it. Kisic to Iosa. Alex Iosa still has this ball. Tries to send it in. The Gryphons just scrambling back and forth. They need to decide what to do with the ball because Voka will slot it to the bottom corner. The Gryphons were playing with the ball too much around just the top of their box, and the Falcons will punish them. It's now 4-0 as I believe that is Daniel Voca's second of the afternoon. And with 15 minutes to go, the Falcons have put themselves in a very, very comfortable position. And so the Gryphons, I believe their first game of the day, as the Falcons played earlier at 9. The Falcons just look more comfortable so far, but this will be a great first game for the Gryphons. Get a game under their belts. It's always nerve-wracking coming into an OFSAA situation, and here they come on the attack. They know what they need to do. The Gryphons trying to transition, and a tackle, that one definitely looked like we'll see what will happen here. A call has happened, and they'll get up, and a yellow card will be awarded for a Gryphons player. Just a tackle that was just a little bit too vicious. Probably no intent on it to be too bad, but just kind of got around him and took him down a little bit too hard. That's number 17 with the yellow card for the Gryphons. That's Jacob Martins. So 4 goals for the Falcons. It was Voca opening the scoring, then Kisic's 40-yarder, followed by Alex Iosa with that bouncing shot, and then Voca once more. This ball sent far side. It's looking to go out of bounds. It will, I believe. This ball will go to DuPont. And it will, the keeper. Substitution coming into this game for the Falcons. Be number 17 subbing into this game. Anton Rosic. So Rosic will get his first few minutes here with 13 to go. Sent up the field. The Gryphons will gain possession, exactly what they need. But just a play from the Falcons midfielder there, just to maybe a little bit stronger on the ball. Kind of muscle everybody out, and he's able to gain possession. That was a great play there. Here comes Iosa on the outside, tries to play it in the middle, and ref has his flag up. I believe we're going to maybe see out of bounds. I think we will. Iosa just lost that ball at the last second. And so we'll see DuPont with the ball. DuPont will send it up. And this one's still dominated by the Falcons. It's been the reason why they've been so successful on offense. They have been the leader to almost every single ball that is sent to a 50-50 in the midfield from either a keeper or a free kick. Been a big difference maker so far throughout these 48 minutes. We'll have a throw-in on the far side from the Falcons. Sent back. Manu trying to win one for the Gryphons, and he does. Here comes Manu with some space, trying to get around one. He will. Sends a ball up the field. Avdalos will play one back to the back line. The Gryphons trying to create some space, and down goes a midfielder, no call. On the outside, here comes the Falcons, trying to get around one. He'll cross it in, far side, and a nice little touch there by Rosic. Not much to it. DuPont easily will hold on to it, and the whistle will blow as the player is down on the far side. There was no call on it. It was just kind of a 50-50 shoulder to shoulder, they're going to say. And I believe he will remain in the game for the Gryphons. Pardon me, no, we'll see a couple substitutions. Make that 3 substitutions for the Gryphons. That was number 11 that went down there for the Gryphons. That is Anthony Costanzo. So we'll see a couple substitutions. Number 2, number 12 for the Gryphons, and number 26 for the Falcons subbing into this game. So that's Nathan Fardado. DuPont will have this on his own net. Sent back, the Falcons will gain possession. They'll just play it back. We'll see if they decide to do it. They will. They'll take the route of killing some time here with just 10 minutes left to go. They'll take their time, play it back to the keeper. And he'll play it to his left back. We'll see how much the Falcons use their back line here with this big of a lead. On the outside. Alex Iosa down the line. Offside flag will come up. He was just a little bit too aggressive there on the far side. So a free kick will be given to the Gryphons. Takes it up the middle himself. Beautiful play, but no one on the receiving end. There was 2 midfielders who were there to try to receive it from Silva's pass, but just lets it go through their legs and back to the possession of the Falcons. Here's Silva. He'll get ahead on it. To the midfield, there's Manu. Chips it over one, tries to. Manu battling by himself against 2 Falcons defenders. Tries to win it, will go down, and the Falcons gain possession now on the far side. Down the line, still with it. Gardetti. Here's Popovich. He'll play to the midfield, to the newly subbed in Calistro. Manu off the turnover. He'll just fire it up, and nobody's there. They'll just let it slowly but surely give it to the keeper, and he'll just pick it up this time and tell his team to get up the field. Killing time slowly but surely. The Falcons are. On the back line. Just chipped up in the air. And set down. Here's an opportunity with one loose, but it will just go right to the keeper. It almost looked like for a second there, number 12 of the Gryphons could be away. On the back line, no one's pressing. So the Falcons will just take as much time as they want. They'll send a ball up now, right to the back line off a defender's head. And DuPont will just scoop that one up and send it right back to a defender. That's DiCanza. To the right back. Inside. Back and forth. Silva's pressuring. Down the line. Nice little play to shield and then go. Up the far sideline. He's got past one defender. Tries to send it in. And a nice block there by a defender off the run from Christian Ianni. But to meet him was number 22, Dominic Mano. So a corner on the far side for the Falcons. Sends it in nice and low. And easily handled by the Gryphons. We'll see if they can start transition. Here comes Manu. He's bought some pace on him. But no pressure from Kisic. Will just send it out. Nice little run, though, from Manu. A little bit of desperation there. That's what the Gryphons need right now. To Manu. Nice play outside. Here's Stefano. Stefano sends it right into the feet of the Falcons, and they'll take control. Iosa plays it off. Nice challenge there from DiCanza, and he'll go down, and we'll have a foul called against the Falcons. DiCanza will play it in. Manu looking for a player, gives it back to DiCanza. He'll play it back even more. Still playing near the near side. That ball almost out of bounds. The Falcons with a nice shoulder-to-shoulder. Iosa will have this ball now. Scored the third goal of this game. Beautiful pass. Here's Popovich. He's got a player with him. Passes it off in the middle, and they will make it 5. The Falcons find 5 goals in this game. And with just under 5 minutes to go, it's looking all but over for this one to go in the Falcons' favor. And a beautiful play by Popovich, who realized he had numbers. And it's Christian Ianni with his first goal of the game. Kickoff for the Gryphons. At this point, they really don't have much to lose. If I'm the Gryphons, I'm just trying to get some offense going. Let's go into the next game feeling good about our offense. Let's see what we can do. I want them to try to feel themselves here before going into the next game. That's got to be what they need to do. We'll see what they can do here. 5 minutes to go, plus added time. Popovich, challenged by Manu, and this one will find Ianni, the goal scorer. Down the line. Played into the middle. And just played up. Here's Manu. He'll accept that ball. He's got some space if he could turn successfully. He can. Silva in the midfield. Here's Silva. Tries to find the attacker. Battle in the midfield for possession. Nice little spin there. Takes a tumble. Silva will have that ball, and a foul will be called. We'll see who it's up against. It's going to go up against the Falcons in a free kick awarded to the Gryphons. Silva will be the taker. He'll play it down the line, and that was read like a book by the center back of the Falcons. That's number 14, Liam Gardetti. Down the line, here's Ianni. Christian Ianni. He'll send it into the middle, and out of bounds it will go. And DuPont will have a goal kick. Shots are 10-3 here in this one, favoring the Falcons. Definitely goes to show how the Falcons were just the better team here on the offensive wise in this one. The Gryphons put up a great battle, kind of defending off a lot of the offense that the Falcons had, but it just wasn't enough. They'll have to regroup for their next game. Throw it on the far side. Popovich will give it back, and they'll play it to the back line just to kill a little bit more time and get a switch going. Open up the field. Nice touch. He's got a defender on him with a shoulder-to-shoulder. Will defend him off and play it down the line. But DiCanza will get there first, and he'll play it back to DuPont. Up the line. A little bit of a turnover there. The net is empty. He'll try a shot and just miss wide. It was good attempt there by number 26, Calistrio. As he saw the net was open, it was another maybe a bit of a misread there by the defense of the Gryphons. Left the net open. That's a turnover. Fortunate takes a weird bounce, and Silva will be the first one there to attack it. DiCanza will play back to Silva. Chipped over one. Silva will grab it in the midfield. Plays it to some open space. Exactly what the Gryphons need. They'll play it outside. Down the line. Falcons will take possession. Popovich back, sends it down the far line. Manu will be the first one to it. He'll just fire it up. Stays in. Very impressive. Popovich will pop it over. Gardetti on the far side, trying to beat one. Does he keep it in from going out of bounds? He does not. They'll call it out of bounds. It will be a goal kick as we're 20 seconds away from full time. We'll see what extra time adds if the ref decides to add much. I'm going to say he's not, as we didn't have too many actions that paused the game a whole lot. DuPont will play it to DiCanza. Far side. to Brito. And that will do it. No added time has been decided from the referee. A dominant effort from St. Ignatius. The Falcons take this one 5-0 in their second game of the day. We'll have 2 more games here at Richardson Stadium to conclude day 1 of AAA Boys OFSAA. Just a great game all around. The Falcons were dominant from minute number 1 to minute number 60. And so we'll see everybody shake hands. We'll see what I'm pretty sure we'll see a couple of these teams, maybe both or at least one here later today as we've moved over to Group H. We'll have next up, we'll have 2 other teams. In Group H, we'll see the St. John Henry Newman High School take on Blessed Trinity High School out of the OFSAA. And then in our final game of the day, we'll see Ursuline College take on Chaminade. So we will see the Gryphons here later today at 3 o'clock. So if you're looking for the Gryphons game, subscribe, hit that notification bell because you won't want to miss it. But we'll be back. 1:30 kickoff between St. John Henry Newman High School taking on Blessed Trinity High School. The St. Ignatius Falcons win this one 5-0 over the Chaminade College Gryphons. I've been Jacob Ewing. We'll see you in 20 minutes for game number 4 of Boys AAA OFSAA Soccer.